Ernesto Che Guevara was born on June 14, 1928, in Rosario, Argentina. His family was middle class and politically conscious. His father, Ernesto Guevara Lynch, was a civil engineer with progressive views, and his mother, Celia de la Serna, came from a well-educated, socially active family. From a young age, Che was surrounded by books, ideas, and discussions about politics, philosophy, and literature. This environment shaped his curiosity and instilled in him a deep sense of social awareness. As a child, Che suffered from severe asthma, which made physical activity difficult and caused frequent illness. Despite these challenges, he was determined to overcome his limitations. He participated in sports such as swimming, rugby, and cycling, demonstrating resilience and a strong will. His early struggle with illness cultivated a discipline and perseverance that would define his later revolutionary life. During his teenage years, Che began observing inequality and poverty in Argentina. These experiences made him increasingly aware of social injustice and the limitations of individual ambition in a world plagued by systemic problems. In 1947, he enrolled at the University of Buenos Aires to study medicine. His goal was to become a doctor, particularly to serve communities with limited access to healthcare, including leprosy patients. At university, his exposure to social inequality deepened, fostering his growing belief in the need for systemic change. In 1952, Che undertook a transformative motorcycle journey across Latin America with his friend Alberto Granado. Traveling through Argentina, Chile, Peru, Colombia, and Venezuela, Che witnessed firsthand the exploitation of minors, the extreme poverty of indigenous populations, and the suffering of leprosy patients in remote regions. This journey profoundly altered his perspective, inspiring him to dedicate his life to confronting injustice. He later reflected in his memoir, "I am not me anymore. At least I am not the same me." In 1954, Che traveled to Guatemala during President Jacobo Arbenz's progressive government, which sought to redistribute land to poor farmers. Witnessing the US-backed coup that overthrew Arbenz reinforced Che's anti-imperialist views and his belief that foreign powers often undermined Latin American self-determination. These experiences solidified his desire to engage in revolutionary activity. By 1955, Che had moved to Mexico, where he met Fidel Castro, who was planning an armed struggle against Cuban dictator Fulgencio Batista. The discussions were intense and strategic, and Che soon joined Castro's revolutionary movement. No longer a doctor focused solely on patients, he became committed to changing political systems and confronting injustice on a continental scale. In November 1956, Che and 81 other revolutionaries sailed from Mexico to Cuba aboard the yacht Granma. Their journey was perilous and crowded, and upon landing, they were ambushed by Batista's forces. Only a small number survived, retreating to the Sierra Maestra Mountains to begin guerrilla warfare. Che quickly emerged as a disciplined and strategic leader, earning the respect of fellow revolutionaries through his dedication, organization, and bravery. Between 1957 and 1958, Che led successful military campaigns against Batista's army, culminating in the pivotal Battle of Santa Clara. By derailing an armored train carrying enemy troops and supplies, his forces significantly weakened Batista's regime. On January 1, 1959, Batista fled Cuba, marking the success of the revolution. Che Guevara had transformed from a doctor and traveler into a national hero and key revolutionary leader. Following the revolution, Che assumed several government positions, including President of the National Bank and Minister of Industries. He implemented land reforms, nationalized foreign-owned enterprises, and worked to transition Cuba to a socialist economy. These policies strained relations with the United States, leading to economic sanctions and escalating tensions during the Cold War. Che played an active role in key events, including the Bay of Pigs invasion in 1961 and the Cuban Missile Crisis in 1962, demonstrating his unwavering commitment to defending Cuba's sovereignty. Despite his government roles, Che believed that the revolution should extend beyond Cuba. In 1965, he traveled to the Congo to support revolutionary movements. Language barriers, internal conflicts, and lack of local discipline led to the mission's failure. But Che's commitment to global revolutionary ideals remained steadfast. In 1966, Che moved to Bolivia to incite a continental revolution. He trained and organized guerrilla forces, but faced insufficient local support and interference from US-backed Bolivian forces. On October 8, 1967, Che was captured, and on October 9, 1967, he was executed in La Higuera at the age of 39. Che Guevara's death marked the end of his life, but the beginning of his enduring global leg. His image, immortalized in Alberto Cortes's famous photograph, became an international symbol of resistance, rebellion, and revolutionary idealism. He remains one of the most influential figures of the 20th century, representing both the hope of social justice and the complexities of armed revolution. His life story serves as a powerful reminder of the struggles faced by those who challenge systemic injustice, the costs of revolutionary action, and the lasting impact one individual can have on history.